Hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video and today we're gonna be cleaning my old computer. It's a Core 2 Duo computer with 4 gigs of RAM and 240 gigs of solid state drive. First off, we're gonna unplug all the cables from the motherboard and other hardware. We're gonna have to do this carefully so as not to rip any cables and damage any components of the motherboard and other hardware. Next, we're gonna unscrew the hard drive. Mine just slides right out, but it varies from chassis to chassis, so yeah, refer to your own chassis manual. Unscrew the SSD on both sides. Take out all the cables and keep them aside for later on. Unscrew the motherboard. There are around 5 to 6 screws and unscrew them all. Keep the different screws separately so as to avoid confusion. Take out the motherboard and keep it aside. Unscrew the 4 screws of the power supply. After doing so, you should be able to take out the power supply easily, just like so. Unscrew and take out a DVD drive in case you have one like mine. Most people don't use it nowadays anyways. Remove the side panel, keep it aside. We're gonna start with the DVD drive. Wipe down all the flat surfaces carefully. Gently, just be gentle. Make sure to clean the extension as well in case you have one like mine. Next is the power supply. Repeat the same steps for the surfaces. Just wipe them all down. Carefully clean the cables without pulling them too much. I won't recommend cutting the zip tie like I did. It's a bit risky. Clean each and every cable as much as you can. Lightly brush the fan holes and the exhaust grills if you can, or if you want. It'll give much more better results. Gently wipe down the SSD, do not touch the SATA or power ports. Do the same with the hard drive, but I repeat, do not shake it or drop it even once. Gently brush the grooves. Do not touch the green PCB or you might accidentally kill the hard drive. Gently clean all the cables, even the IDE cable. The case is too dusty, so I'll go clean it outside, but you get the idea. I just use a cloth and a brush to thoroughly clean it. Wipe down the side panels. You can use isopropyl alcohol or hand sanitizer for the hard to get off dirt. Just wipe it all down. Give extra pressure on the hard dirt and it should get right off. It just works like magic. Repeat the same steps for the other side panel as well, and yeah, everything should get off clean. Time for the motherboard. Unclip and remove the RAM sticks, keep it aside. Lightly brush down the motherboard ever so gently. Brush the fan blades and heatsink carefully. The motherboard is the brains of the computer, so please treat it like a baby. Try not to touch any pins, or you might bend them. Gently wipe down and brush the back as well. Gently brush the RAM sticks, but do not touch the chips or the golden contacts or you might kill the RAM. Time to assemble. Reinsert the I/O shield first. Place back the motherboard onto the respective standoffs. Make sure the ports align with the holes on the I/O shield. Screw back the motherboard. By the way, I already installed the RAMs. It's the reverse of removing it. Just make sure to align the notch on the RAMs and the motherboard slot. Try to use a magnetic screwdriver if you have one. It will really help you. Plug back all the front panel connectors. The plugs vary from motherboard to motherboard. I recommend you refer to your respective motherboard manual for the pins. Reinstall the SSD and just screw it down. Do the same with the other side as well. In this case, a magnetic screwdriver really helps. So yeah, get one if you can. Slide back in the hard drive and also screw it down. Just be gentle. Connect one end of the SATA cable to the hard drive and the other end to the SATA 2 port on the motherboard if you're using it as a secondary drive. Same goes for the SSD connected to the SATA 1 port if you're using it as a primary drive like I am. Drop back the power supply. Make sure the intake fan faces the intake grills of your chassis if you have a 120mm fan like mine. Screw back all the 4 screws. Align the notch of the SATA power cable with the hard drive and plug it back in. Do the same with the SSD. Align and connect the 4-pin power to the motherboard. Same goes with the 24-pin. Slide back into this drive. Screw it down and make sure it is flush with the front panel. Connect the Molex power for the disk drive. In my case, I'll also connect the Molex power for the front LED fan. Connect one end of the IDE cable to the disk drive and the other end of the IDE cable to the motherboard. There is a specific connector on the motherboard for the IDE cable. Slide back the side panels. Make sure to screw them down if you have any screws. And we're done. Just like that. Moment of truth. It works. LED turns on. So it turns on, that means everything went perfectly. Yep, booted into Windows. And while we're here, I thought I'd unbox the VGA to HDMI converter since I need it. What this basically does is convert the VGA signal to an HDMI signal. Comes with a USB power cable. That's a nice accessory. plugs in like that. VGA cable goes in. Just screw it down. HDMI comes out. And adapter for USB power. HDMI goes to the TV. Adapter to an outlet. And boom, it works. Now I can watch anime in 24 inches of high definition. Hehe. Now for some cinematic shots. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching guys. A sub and a like will be massively appreciated. So I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thanks a lot, I'm out.